Hello everyone, welcome along to our final game of the day. Here, well, our final championship game that we're doing here, Nick, as our headsets just jump in and out. They're doing that again, but that's all right. They'll come back to life here. So it's Southern Wolves taking on there we go. Southern Wolves taking on Southern Wolves here, and Nick, this should be an interesting matchup here this afternoon. It's always nice to have both your teams at the same club make it to a final, and it just goes to show how even probably these two teams are.
Yeah, it is. Southern Wolves Red have been really strong all year long and have been quite dominant, and which to be quite expected, I would say, with the depth and talent that they have. And then, I made mention in our previous game commentating that Southern Wolves would have done a really good job to come from, I think, third or fourth place and win their semi-final, then win the preliminary final, and do all that with only 5 players, considering they've had a couple of injuries. So quite remarkable, so to speak, and I'm sure they'll be up for a fight in this game, and hopefully we'll make a game of it.
Hopefully so. Oh, there we go. Oh no, we're in and out. Don't worry, you won't pick that up on the broadcast, but for our headsets, they've been jumping in and out. This is happened yesterday, so it's just no surprises here throughout the weekend and happening here today. Referees Beck Rumbley and Graham Castle here on this game, and this will certainly be a really good matchup, as you say, Nick. So I'm interested to see what both teams do and how they approach it. Like, some Wolves Red team were in a very deep, serious warm-up, even before the game as well too, and then during the actual warm-up. And then some Wolves were a little bit different in their approach to their warm-up. Yeah,
definitely. I think two really good coaches, and James Murray and Adrian Broomhall, both are network coaches and have been involved in our Basketball Tasmania FDP and SDP program. So, looking forward to, as they give each other the thumbs up just then, looking forward to seeing the coaching matchup in this game and see what adjustments the coaches make throughout.
Absolutely. We are underway here. So it's Southern Wolves Red that control it to the left of our screen. So ball getting through sets of hands here early on as Anderson tries to work her way through, kicks it out to Chopping. Now at the corner here is Broomhall. She tries to look for Bennett here on the pass, goes up, can't get that to go, and then the ball goes out of bounds. But not a bad play there to start off with, Nick. That ball getting through sets of hands and then looking for that drive to the basket.
Definitely. And I think that's one thing you'll see both teams do a good job of moving the ball, and great execution of that baseline out of bounds play there by Southern Wolves Red.
So they're on the board through Broomhall, got the 2, and now the extensive pressure comes, but the Southern Wolves Blue team, as we'll describe them, blue and reds, and they've got the 2 different coloured jerseys, which is far more better to pick up from the previous game, by the way, too, Nick.
It is true.
The shot went up, that missed, and then the ball here with Hepburn. She can't get that 2 to go. Ball goes out of play, and the Southern Wolves Red team get it back.
And that's going to be critical for Southern Wolves Blue, is their ability to handle that full court pressure. And if they can do a good job of taking care of the ball and limiting their turnovers, they'll give themselves a chance.
Absolutely. Bennett down low. She works up, can't get that roll, and then tries to go for her own rebound. Of course, also too, Nick, the blue team have only the 5 players, and they've had the majority of only 5 players throughout this season.
Yeah, they've made it through the final series, as I mentioned, with only the 5. So, staying out of foul trouble as well is obviously going to be critical for them.
Absolutely.
When you don't have some on the bench.
Yeah, it's turnover here, as Hepburn now brings it down here through. Just trying to pick up that number there, which is Murray. Now Hepburn thought about it, pulls it.
All right, there we go. A little bit of double drag action by Southern Wolves Blue, and Koya Murray finding the player on the pop there, and nice shot by Jordan Hepburn.
So Bennett has to kick this out. Broomhall for the response. Can't get that to go. And ball trickles out of court. Tied 2 apiece here, early stages. And again, a good crowd in for this one as well too. So Murray bringing it up. Quickly up the floor here. So Murray thinking about her options as now the ball goes through Beattie. Now Ransley back to Murray on that baseline, tiptoeing on that baseline, drew to foul.
Some really good job there by Blue, executing, Solon out of bounds in the backcourt. You're seeing some transition screens, punch screens, drag screens, which is doing a good job of handling that pressure and allowing their guards to get the ball, whip that ball around the court without too much trouble.
So the ball with Beattie, now back to Hepburn, back to Beattie in a two-man action, and then the foul has occurred on Jessica Smith there.
That's a tough one if you're we're just calling blue and red. That's going to make it easy. Yeah, if you're on the red team.
Yeah, it's the best way to describe it.
Tough foul there. With only the 1 second left on the shot clock. Yeah. Not an ideal time to be fouling. No, and referee Graham Castle I'm not sure if he's confused by the two Southern Wolves teams as well too. I'm not sure he did blow the foul. We think that's on number 6 there for the red team, Jessica Smith. So I think he's confirmed that. Substitution now, so that's going to be Emma Holloway coming in for Jessica Smith. So one second left on the shot clock. So was it a foul?
It was a foul,
so it would go to 14, right?
It
Beck
should.
Rumley's on it. Beck Rumley's on it. There
thank
we go.
you. I was going to say, if we still had one left on the shot clock, I'd be very puzzled. Ball got deflected there by Anderson. So the blue team to get it back. Team blue, team red. It's like we're playing the, it's like a USA scrimmage game or something.
Yeah, blue versus red. Yeah,
yes.
love it.
That's what it reminds me of there, Nick. I was going to say, I've got a game of team red, team blue or USA stuff at home somewhere. I'll have to pull that out maybe tonight. Meanwhile, Beattie puts it to the floor. Now here's Murray with it. Trying to, again, look for options. Defence working hard. Broomhall doing a good job on the defensive end. Good board. And then...
Coach, refs are onto it, I was going to say. Maybe missed that one.
Shot clock violation. The ball never hit the ring. So... therefore, and the ball was still in the blue control, so turnover there. Chopping coming down the floor with it now. Of course, we saw her brother Ayrton play yesterday for Hobart Phoenix. And now Portia getting her turn today. Bennett, now Broomhall, just pulling this one out. And the ball down with Anderson. Nice drive to the basket. Can't get that to go. And then Bennett there for the O board and the foul there on her while she put up the shot.
And that's going to be a critical area for Blue is limiting the second chance opportunities. So, I guess I've already mentioned a few things that are critical for them. So I think for them, the keys of the game is taking care of the ball, staying out of foul trouble, and then doing a good job on with their defensive rebounding. Daisy Bennett really active on the glass, and she's pretty tough to stop around the charge circle.
Absolutely, she's one of those players to watch. Obviously. Bennett and Chopping, two players that I have some small involvement with at the Friends School where they go to for their schooling. As Broomhall puts up the shot, can't get that to go. And the shot goes up by Anderson and another two there. So we're to a 3-point lead. 4 minutes, just on, over 3 minutes here. As Beattie gets up the floor, extensive pressure by Team Red. Team Blue able to get that one over, but an errant pass there forces that one into error.
They've done, a relatively good job of handling that pressure until that final pass was thrown. And, I love the activity from the red team, picking up full court, getting after it, mixing it up, sometimes trapping, sometimes staying home. Good to see that intensity on defense.
Absolutely. Bennett down low with the hook, yes. So James Murray has seen enough. He's called timeout here. 6:27 remaining. Team Red lead it by 5 here, and that's probably a smart call there by James. Yeah,
I think he, really good timeout. Can just sense, not handling the pressure as maybe as sharply as you want to be. Critical against any sort of pressure is you use lots of pass fakes and always want free short outlets is what we talk to the athletes about. Just to eliminate those long loopy passes. So I'm sure that will be a point of discussion here in the timeout, and making a note of how they're going to combat Daisy Bennett, who has been active on the glass, using her athleticism. Really strong finisher when she gets to her right hand. So I'm sure they're going to chat about that as if she does get it down there, you got to try and take away that right hand hook.
Yeah,
easier said than done.
Absolutely, and I think what we'll enjoy seeing in this game compared to some of the other games, Nick, and it's nothing to take away from all the other games that we've seen, both these teams will run structure to near a tee.
Yeah, no, it's looking, as a coach, I'm sitting here looking at it.
You're a bit more happy at this time, I can tell.
Good to see that. Both teams have a clear, and for me, whenever I watch any representative or, junior games, that's the main things from a coaching point of view I'm looking at is, well, is there a plan?
Yeah.
Offensively, defensively, you don't have to run the exact same thing as everyone else.
Correct.
You can put your own spin on it, but do you have a plan? And you can clearly see that these two teams do.
Absolutely. And this goes to show that both these teams, when you trust your system and back your system and have that buy-in all year, it certainly rewards you to get to this point of the season, which is great to see. So Murray to restart. Now the ball with Beattie, but again, these light blue lines, Nick.
I'm another victim.
I think this is something that we're going to have to bring up. We changed the colour of the markings.
Yeah. I'll have a chat to Gareth Allen about that. We're going to have to get some new coloured lines.
Absolutely. Of course, Gareth is with us in the commentary area. He's having a bit of a chat with Mark Radford at the moment.
Mark Radford, he lives here, that guy.
Yes, he now resides in Hobart now.
Yep.
We can see.
But at the stadium, he's actually got a bed up in the office.
Oh, there you go. Do we count? Well, he is a Northwest boy. Do we count him as a Southerner now, Nick?
Oh, I don't think
no.
so.
No, okay. I'll leave that alone now.
He didn't bite on that, did he?
No, he didn't. No, I was waiting for him. He'd given us nothing. So back to the ball game we go here. Murray with it as she's dribbling that basketball as it gets moved around by sets of hands. Now she gets it back and looking to attack the paint here and tiptoes again that baseline, and Beattie and again maybe Beattie just not having that court awareness of where she was. She stepped out of court.
Was it? I think was it out of bounds or travel? I think she had a little shuffle of the feet.
Shuffle the feet. Okay, Nick. Yep. So travel violation was called then. Chopping. Now Bennett here at the elbow, kicks that one out to Anderson. Anderson attacking the rim, and again, nice drive. Can't get that to go. Good rebound by Murray. And again, that quick double team there. And now Team Blue up the floor quickly, but again, another errant pass. Chopping able to pick that one off. Now Anderson off and running. Down to Broomhall, down low. Can't get that to go off glass. Last touch by the blue team. And the red team will get the ball. So
there's clearly a point of emphasis for red to anytime Claire Murray catches the ball to
it's
double team.
Automatic double.
Yeah, get the ball out of her hands. And blue team, like I said, they've got a plan how to handle it. Haven't always quite executed as well as they want. But then on the downside of that, with her giving it up, she then doesn't have the ball in her hands, So it's definitely taking her out of the action.
Absolutely. So Hepburn put it to the floor. Now the ball back to Murray here. They're looking for it looked like a near double on-ball screen there as Murray attacks the rim. Foul's been called. It's going to be on Chloe Broomhall. That's a second personal foul already in this quarter.
I like the matchup. Chloe Broomhall gets after it defensively, and that's a fun matchup to watch. We spoke in the last game about that game within the game.
Yes.
For me, that's a little game. Is those two players, both state representatives. Match it up on each other. It's a fun matchup to watch.
And the other thing too, they can take a bit of pride in that matchup too. I suppose maybe a little bit of bragging rights up for grabs too there, Nick. It's like just take everything in your stride. Is Chopping able to peel that one off and then nearly lost control, but able to get off back to Broomhall. Nice move, can't get that to go. Bennett there for the O board and the two. So quick setup here by the red team, and now the blue team need to work it out, but Broomhall able to read that one in the chopping, and then the foul will be called here on Hepburn.
Dangerous territory here for Blue. Just not quite handling the pressure the last couple of possessions.
So Anderson into Bennett now chopping back here at the top of the key. Shot clock at 10 for the red team as they need to get something happening now. Broomhall found an opening off the spin move and gets the 2. So Murray coming back to the middle part of the court here. She comes to the other side. So Hepburn. Now looking for Beattie. Beattie with a tough runner. Can't get that to go. Chopping got the rebound. Now Anderson up the floor here as the red team really try and push it here. So Broomhall goes for 3. Short on that one. Gets her own rebound. No box out from the blue team. Now Anderson puts it to the floor. Pulls up baseline. Long gets it. Well, Bennett knocked that out.
To get it. Yeah, Bennett unfortunately knocked it away.
Yes, Bennett spoiled a party there for her. I was going to say there was going to be another O board, but to no avail. So Murray puts it to the floor now. Himself to Proves back to Ransley here. Ransley lost a handle. Good hands there by the red team. Broomhall off and running for the layup.
It's a tough one, you know. James Murray's sitting there by it, and the I guess avoiding that temptation to call a timeout.
Yes.
It's an interesting one. I dare say it might not even hurt to get one here, even though that's his last time out at the half. I think definitely with one more score, I think they're gonna just need to.
Oh, absolutely. It's just they haven't scored in a little while here, so nothing's been able to go for them. So Beattie now trying to look for Hepburn there on the pass, but too many red jerseys in play. So Broomhall brings it down. Good pass into Gray, but nothing happening on there. So ball getting moved back round. Now Anderson. And then good pass into Bennett. So margin out to 15 here. This has the threatening of blowing out already if we're not too careful. So Murray coming down the floor here, looking for an opening. Kicks it out. Now a shot there by Proves. Can't get that to go. And Isabel Gray realising that she was out of court. .2:10 remaining in the first. Murray to restart. Beattie along the baseline. Puts up a shot. Can't get that to go. Bennett with the board, and now Broomhall to bring this one down. So Broomhall putting on some moves, goes herself, and made it all happen there with the 2. And again, that pressure there, Nick, we talk about it, and red team doing a good job there, but then good defensive effort by the blue team and able to get that one back now. Murray, spin move. Can't get that to go either. Broomhall with the rebound now. Red team off and running. Broomhall up the floor quickly, and that's another 2.
And this is what it's what the red team do. Just picking up full court, extended pressure. The blue team just struggle with it, and this is what they've done all year long. The red team, and just having that relentless approach, and that's tough. I think the blue team have done a good job, throughout phases of this quarter of handling that pressure, but it's just so relentless that, as soon as you just maybe take a little shortcut or whatever, it costs you.
Absolutely. It was similar to the under-12 game from earlier this morning where Grandiers, that's that relentless pressure, and then that just kept putting points on the board because of that.
Yep.
And they just backed themselves in what they were trying to achieve out on the court. So they certainly had a good game plan, and certainly with this red team, they've got a good game plan here this afternoon. As Broomhall down low, just overcooked the shot there. Beattie with the rebound. Now the ball with Ransley. Kicks this one out. Murray for 3. Just off on that one. Broomhall gets the board. Broomhall off and running. Has numbers in support, but a couple blue jerseys to get through. And ball got deflected. So out of bounds, 17.1 remaining. So Anderson to restart. Broomhall staying patient on their set here. Oh, that screen came late. Now Broomhall trying to find a quick shot, puts it up. And then Hepburn with the rebound, and buzz goes off in the background. Quarter time here. A dominant display by the red team. Sees them up by 21, 23-2.
Yeah. I need to make mention, by the way, yesterday I gave a lot of shout-outs.
You did.
Spoke about a lot of celebrities that were in the building yesterday. I need to make mention, I forgot Nathan Lee yesterday. Who's,
yes, good friend Nathan.
Former Southern Network coach.
Mark's just giving us a look.
Yeah, giving a look. Former Southern Network coach, state team assistant coach.
Yes.
He's still involved with the Launceston Tornadoes.
Yes.
BL1.
Yep.
And he's actually, James Murray, I know, uses him on a bit of a regular basis, sends him some little clips of film and all that. And Nathan from afar is contributing to this game.
He certainly is.
He flies on the radar. Not many people would know that fun fact. But I got to give him a shout out today. Just I felt like I spoke about basically every other coach.
Yes, you did.
Yesterday.
Yes.
So.
No, good to see Nathan still involved. Of course, he's heavily involved with Cricket Tasmania. Doing work there.
He was previously.
Oh, okay, I'm a little bit slow on news, Nick. I thought he was still involved.
No, he's actually over. He's in Victoria now.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if he timed it very well, but he made the move last year.
Right.
And, I'm sure he might regret that. But anyway, shout out to Nathan Lee. Yes. I told him I'd give him a shout out.
Today, there you go. So all right. There you go. So yes, no, always good to get on the commentary here. We love shouting people out, don't we?
Absolutely. So as much praise as I can give, I like to spread it around.
Oh, absolutely.
And interesting to see how Blue go about that business. Just I can't stress enough for them. They're doing a good job, right? And this game, it's no reflection, on their effort or anything like that. They just got to keep chipping away. And just try to get win each possession. Can they, next offense possession, get a score? And then, next defense, this defense possession, can they get a stop? And that's what the basketball's about. It's about trying to accumulate as many of those little wins as possible.
Yes.
And that has to be their mindset, is just win each possession. Don't look at the scoreboard and go, we're down and whatnot. You just got to slowly chip away at it.
Absolutely. I'm a big believer in that. That's one of my coaching philosophies I love to really buy into, Nick, as the three goes up from Murray, and that was short. Well, back iron, and Hepburn got the O board. Now with Proobs, can't get that two to go. Back to Proobs somehow, and then Murray up with a floater, can't get that two to go either. And the ball goes out of play, and the red team will get it.
And I can't talk enough about, Blue, great effort.
Oh, yes.
Right, and not necessarily getting that reward right now, but they just got to keep playing hard. And that look by Claire Murray there, that last possession defense went under the screen, right option. So even though it didn't go in, you still got to keep taking the right shots.
Absolutely.
And stay aggressive.
Yes, certainly is. So good. Nearly a number turnover there. Proves able to recover. Ball comes back with Ramsley. Now Hepburn here. And she needs to get up. Shot clock is at 1, and shot clock violation has been called. I don't know if any of the players were aware there of the shot clock going off. Of course, actually, all the shot clocks are on there around in the stadium too, I've just noticed.
Actually, you're right, yeah.
This is reminding me of Eltham.
Yeah, you can walk anywhere and you can see a shot clock.
Absolutely. So we've got a good view of the shot clock on all courts. Foot violation called, the blue team will get it.
And a point, I guess a theme that I want to point out that I guess I've observed so far from basically all the finals has been there's been very little zone defense played. Yeah. Which has been terrific to see that. Don't get me wrong, zone is when used appropriately as a an adjustment for a possession or two can be super effective. Yes. But you don't want it to be your base defense. And I think sometimes in these age groups, 16s, 18s, you see it a lot as the base defense and not a lot of man-to-man. And fantastic to see, pretty much all the games that I've watched anyway, there's been almost solely, exclusively man-to-man defense, which that's going to help the athletes in the long run develop that ability to, as someone else gets claimed by the White Boy Wine.
Yes, Paul's chopping down there.
Yeah, you know, that's going to develop the athletes long term and their ability to just be able to guard one-on-one. And that's, you know, such an important skill and super important for athletes if they want to continue to progress up levels. You've got to be able to guard one-on-one.
Absolutely.
So, you know, as much man as possible helps the athletes get better at it.
Yeah, no, well said, Nick. And actually, I haven't really realised much zone being played at all on the weekend. It's all been straight man to man.
Which is fantastic. Yeah. And, you know, I think a part that plays in that is a lot of the teams have been coached by network coaches.
Yes.
And that's, you know, not to pump up the program too much, but it's been good to see, you know, them buy into that philosophy of trying to develop, you know, players that can guard one-on-one. And they're doing a good job, and particularly in this game, the red team's doing a really good job of just matching up and applying good pressure. So that's been really, you know, I wanted to make a note of that. Just that's been really pleasing to see that.
No, absolutely. I was going to say you made a lot of notes this weekend, Nick. So I'm sure this week at practice, I'm sure there'll be some of those notes flying through to the athletes as the two goes down.
Good timing because our new FTP SDP cycle starts in not next week, the week after.
There you go. Yep.
This coming week's actually a lot of planning, so it's very appropriate that I can take a lot of these you know, observations and can action that into our plan at some stage throughout the cycle.
Absolutely, and if you ever need to refer back, you can catch up on the West Coast Ball Connection YouTube channel, mate. There we go. There's a plug for us. Thank you very much. As Casey Bennett knocks down the 2. Margin out to 25 here at the moment. We've just ticked on about 6:20 to go here left in this second quarter. As the ball comes up the floor here for Murray. We might do a bit of play-by-play now.
Might want to, but
Murray goes for 3.
There we go.
Nice shot there by Claire Murray. And that will boost her confidence up nonetheless there. Meanwhile, back down the other end of the floor, Broomhall for the response. Well, she drew a foul in the process, and she'll go to the line for 2. Substitutions coming on the floor. So Anderson, and it looks like 13 there. That's Violet Bennett is into the game.
Yeah, young Violet, under 14 athlete playing up.
Yep.
So obviously her older sister Daisy. So great to see her. And I was talking with Coach Adrian Broomhall before the match, and you know, may mention that she's been you know, an integral part of the team throughout the year, and you know, playing up, and various times they've had, you know, athletes, you know, missing from a game, you know, here and there for various reasons. So great to see her, you know, get some minutes here in the final and get a bit of reward. For all the work she's done throughout the regular season.
Great to see. Meanwhile, Broomhall down the other end. Can't get the 2 to go there. And then a triple team that in the end resulted as a foul. It looks like that's going to be on Jessica Smith. So blue teams are inbound. And Murray will bring it down here. So Murray decides to go for back-to-back 3s. Can't get that to go. I'm not sure if that was ill-advised or...
Oh, no, I like it. I like the aggressiveness.
Yep.
Defense goes under the screen. Just got to take the right shot, let it fly. If I'm, you know, Chloe Broomhall, you got to know the scout.
That's
right.
right.
The shooter just keeps going under the screen. So, and that's something, you know, and I know that Coach Broomhall's, you know, very aware of it. That even, you know, for them, even though they're up here, you still got to keep finding those coachable moments. And, you know, that there is a coachable moment. Well, defense, no, this is our plan and we're not going under the screen. So you've got to keep coaching that.
That's right.
Regardless of the fact that you're, you know, up by 20 points.
And that's the thing. You just can't be complacent or get settled. You've got to keep playing hard.
And it's, you know, let's be honest, it's not going to hurt you in a game like this where you got the lead. But, again, it's that long-term focus, and it's about, you know, when they go away to state champs. Or,
yes,
you know,
which is coming up in a few weeks.
Yeah, like, you know, Chloe's a state team athlete. You know, if she gets the opportunity to go away to nationals, whether it's this year, next year, or, you know, down the track, depending on COVID, obviously.
Yes.
You know, like, you got to have those good habits. And I think that's, you know, you got to keep honing on it every single possession. Like, no, this is the job. I got to get that done and got to execute that. So, yeah, again, you just got to find those coachable moments in games like this,
Absolutely.
regardless of what the score is.
Yes, Murray can't knock down the second. Chopping with the rebound, and she is off and running here. So Chopping slowing this one down. All getting through sets of hands now through Anderson. Anderson to Smith. Smith now wanting to go to Anderson on the backdoor play. But couldn't reel that one in. So blue team to inbound. Beatty able to pick it up here. Hepburn now back to Murray. So Murray finding that gap, and then, well, she was looking for proofs on that, and then goes to Ransley, but ball got knocked out.
And I think there, you can see that, Quay's, like I said, made the read the last few times. Defense has gone under to shoot it. And although, it hasn't, knocked it down the last couple of times, what it does is play like that, she comes off, and now it just draws the defender out.
Yeah.
Try and take away that shot, which is actually going to free up on the drive.
Meanwhile, turnover here as Anderson now goes to Smith for the 2. That one just rattles out. And the shot went up there by Bennett. And now his sister, Daisy, was able to get the putback.
You've got to make mention, and you have, I know, throughout today, the great crowd.
Yeah.
I just look around and terrific crowd and great support for girls basketball. And
yes, absolutely.
That's been fantastic to see today. So many people coming out. There's a lot of talent going around in girls basketball at the moment.
There is
a lot of exciting things happening in that space.
Yes,
it's something I constantly refer to as you look at our FDP, SDP programs, and we have legitimately a 50-50 split of boys and girls in the programs. So I think that speaks volumes to the work that has been done and continues to be done for girls basketball, and things to improve for sure. But I think today it's really cool to just sit here and just look around and see such great support. The future's really bright for basketball, and I know there's some exciting things happening on the girls' front, but I can't.
You can't reveal.
I can't reveal.
No, you can't give us an exclusive. You can't give us the exclusive.
So I'd get in a lot of trouble. But there's some exciting things. Definitely some really exciting things.
That's great to hear. That is great to hear, Nick. And the crowds throughout the entire weekend have been great. And especially with today, it's been a great turnout, and really happy that we're here covering it, and people get to watch this back as well too. So absolutely fantastic to be down here this weekend, and we've got a big month of basketball coming up, especially state championship.
We do, yes.
Time, we have a 4 or 5 weekend stretch there.
Yes. A lot going on.
A lot going on.
And then heavy competition phase, so to speak, with all those games going on, and then I guess for me, I constantly refer to what we're doing with the programming stuff, but then term 4 we get into a heavy camp period, so lots of FDP, SDP camps, various state team trials, etc. So for me as a coach, I'm looking forward to that and getting on the court. Games are great, but I love practice.
Absolutely.
And, that opportunity to work with the athletes, really looking forward to it.
Yes, that's all coming our way over the next few months. Make sure you keep an eye on the BTAS social media for all the details there, and the website as well too, basketballtasmania.com.au. Yes. We'll give that a plug as well too, Nick. Meanwhile, Anderson down the floor quickly. Nice move.
Yeah, nice move.
And then Bennett with the O board. Can't get the putback. Good work by Smith to help out on that one. Now Chopping with it. So Chopping, nice crossover, and then nice move to the middle. Can't get that to go either.
I really like that take by Mia Anderson on that last play. And something I've seen today, on particularly in the girls' games, has been a high level of creativity with the finishing. And that one there, a little fake to get into a shot. There's been a lot of athletes experimenting, trying to finish that right end as well as that left hand. It doesn't always pay off, but I think that's something that needs to be encouraged, is that creativity, and the more you do those things, then naturally the better you're going to get, and we're going to get more creative players as a result of that.
And a player's trying to become more crafty in this day of age as Chopping goes for the 3.
Nice shot there by Porsche Chopping. For sure, and that's something we place an emphasis on with ball handling, finishing is to do that, to be creative, and I think that's a heavy European a trend, I guess, which we're adopting here in Australia is that we want players that play for a little bit of flair, and like I said, it's exciting to see some athletes just trying some different things that maybe they haven't tried before, and having that bravery to be able to do that, particularly in a grand final. That's cool to see that.
Oh, excuse me. Murray with it here. His play continues on. So shot clock at 5. Beattie going for the 3. And just can't get that to go. Rebound there by Smith. Now chopping as we come down the floor here. Just on 2 minutes remaining before the major break. Chopping nearly loose handle. Well saved to Smith, who can't get that roll to go. And ball last touch by Smith. So blue team will get it back. So 26 is our margin here, 32-6 is the scoreline. Not that we have mentioned that scoreline much throughout this game. I think we well know who's quietly up. Now Murray gets the on ball. Murray looking to hit the roll or go for the drive. No, nice kick out there to Ramsley for the 2. Can't get that to go. Anderson with the rebound. Now Chopping is on the break. She's got Smith in support. Nice use of the teamwork by the girls there, and Chopping with the 2.
It's been cool to see Claire Murray on that last drive. She's done that a few times. The old Steve Nash,
Yes.
drive baseline, keep your dribble, and find that, look for that pass. A lot of players get into that spot and
in and out on the 3 there for Murray.
Cue, as I was talking about it. But a lot of players get towards that baseline area and just instinctively pick it up, and that's actually the worst place to pick the ball up unless you know where you're going to be passing it. So it's always good to just keep your dribble alive. And something we talk to particularly the younger athletes about is if you have already started dribbling, don't pick your dribble up unless you know where you're going to be passing that. So great to see Claire playing around with that.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, quickly down to our end, Broomhall with the 2. Apologies there for the camera. I just nodded off there. They're nearly listening intently there to Nick's comments.
Sorry.
2 and another 2 here as well. Don't worry, it's not the first time this weekend. It won't be the last time either. Our other cameraman did that as well. These are long days here, so I think we can kind of... It's okay.
Let that one slide.
It's all right. We still can describe the play for our headset, so
exactly.
You're not missing too much, folks. 34.2 remaining in the second quarter as Beattie gets that one deflected from Smith, so blue team will advance it up to three-quarter court, or actually more down to the three-point line. Yeah. So Murray to restart. Now proves Murray is open and can't get it on that occasion. Rebound by Anderson. Now Chopping with it as Chopping now uses Broomhall. Good running by the red team to get that transition too.
And again, as Claire Murray more than capable.
Yes.
For this age group, best shooter, and I love the aggressiveness. These are good shots she's taking. She's not taking, heavily contested threes. They're all open looks.
Yes.
And even though not hitting them, you got to stay aggressive there as a shooter.
Absolutely. Chopping here on the, well, I don't know if Chopping was aware of the time. She didn't get a shot off, but halftime sees a 34-point lead to the red team. 40 plays 6 here in this in the first half of action. So, yeah. I think what we'll do, we'll take a quick break because we've talked a fair bit through, Nick, and we'll come back after this.
We have, and I'll just make a note here because I got to head off, so I probably won't be on for the second half.
Oh, there you go. All right, we'll keep. Okay.
But I want to give this is the last game, so I want to give you a shout out, mate. I really appreciate. I know from Basketball Tasmania, we really appreciate all the work that you've done with everything, but in particular, over the last 2 days. Filming these games, the commentary, and all the work you do with that is much appreciated. So thank you for all your work, and I'm looking forward to watching the replays and hearing how we went.
Yeah, it's much appreciated, Nick, and it's been great to be here the last couple of days as well. So now looking forward to what's ahead with all the state events that we've got coming up. So no, thank you.
Most definitely. Thanks, Ronnie.
All right. Just about to start the second half here, and Nick Martin still hanging around and trying to convince Mark Radford to come in on guest comments, but Mark has kindly declined. So we'll go solo here in the second half, and the red team have a commanding lead right now by 34. So good work there by Proves to deflect that, and a foul on the play here. This will be assessed on the red team, and a quick sub already. That's probably near record, 14 seconds in as Smith comes in. That was, just trying to see who was that coming off there. I just missed a number. Apologies there, folks, but very quick sub already from Coach Broomhall. So Murray bringing it up. Now, Hepburn for three. Yes. Nice shot there by Jordan Hepburn. And brings the margin back to 31. So Jopping. Now Gray. So Gray puts it to the floor. Nearly dragged that pivot for two. Broomhall for three. Just back on that one. Murray with the rebound. Murray here with the ball carrying duties. Murray works baseline, kicks that one out. And then Ramsley got it into a bit of spot of bobber, chopping off and running. Has Bennett to support. Now also Gray coming into the party there. Ball cleared out here. Murray in an open lane, but Bennett did well to get back. And the ball goes out of bounds. So blue team to get it back here. So shot clock goes to 14. And nice hands there by Gray. So Gray slowing this one down. And then good work by Ramsley to pick that one off. Now Murray. And she'll bring it down the court here. So Murray goes for three. Can't get that to go. Just a tad flat on the shot. Ramsley now Beattie. Beattie baseline. Just to kick it out. Now ball back with Murray here. Shot clock at 3. Murray needs to get busy. Tries a tough shot but can't get it to go. Ball goes out of bounds. Will be a shot clock violation. Yep. So chopping with it, nice spin move, and then good pass into Bennett. The two school students link up nicely. Of course, they both attend the Friends School and also play in the same school basketball team as well too. Meanwhile, back down the floor we go here through Broomhall. Broomhall attacks it nicely and gets another two. So good double team. Now Murray with it, looking at her options. So Murray's got it once again here. Looking to go baseline on this drive. Shot clock again at 3. Good defensive sequence by Team Red. And that is a shot clock violation. So, and she didn't get the shot off in time, so therefore the ball has to be replayed back to the side. Chopping, looking for Anderson on the cut, and then bodies hit the floor there, but all accidental. As Murray took the hit. So red team about to restart. Shot goes up there, but from Bennett, but to no avail. Here's Murray, and there'll be an offensive foul for an illegal screen. So just a bit late on that screen there, and certainly I'm sure they'll rectify that next time they come down the floor. So Gray now chopping. Anderson working away through. And ball deflected. Ball goes out of bounds. So Anderson to restart. We've got Gareth Allen next to me, who's interested to see all the bits and bobs that we got up here in the commentary area. Play continues through Broomhall. He's chopping. Shot clock at 2. They need to get it up quick. Broomhall does. Nearly got it in there. Good save by Gray, but I think she ran out of real estate. Ball definitely out of bounds, and the blue team will get it back here. 6:03 remaining in this third quarter. Under 16 Girls Championship Final. Coming to you from the Kingborough Sports Centre here down in Kingston. There's Probes. And that's it. Well, you can either call backcourt or travel, one or the other on that one. Certainly one of the two of the violations that occurred. So red team to get it back in their front court here. 6 to go. So chopping. Looking for Broomhall here on the handoff. Broomhall tacks it, kicks out to Anderson, who couldn't reel that one in, so ball goes out of play. So still some good encouragement from the coach of the blue team, James Murray, still encouraging his team to play hard here and keep grinding this game out. There's Murray with the ball carrying duties here. Looking for that drive baseline. Nice pass to Ramsley, who can't get the 2 to go. Good rebound there by Anderson. As we come back up the floor, Ramsley able to pick that one off. No prior control, so no backcourt in play there. Oh, nice spin move. Good rejection by chopping. Great basketball by both teams on that play there. And substitution coming in here. It is Holloway in for Daisy Bennett. Play to restart. And no, timeout. So timeout to Team Blue, who trail it by 35 at the moment. 44 plays 9. We're just on 5:24 remaining here. And certainly been a great weekend of basketball. We're covering 7 games. That's pretty much over near 8 hours worth of coverage that we put together here. And of course you can see that on our YouTube channel within the next 24 to 48 hours. So again, a great crowd in attendance here today. There was a great crowd here yesterday. I know we mentioned it earlier in all our games that we've covered, but it's been great to see, and some really good atmosphere as well too. Probably the highlight of the day was the Glenorchy Rebels crowd here supporting their under-12 team. Regardless of being down by so many points, they still cheered and encouraged their team on here from the sidelines. Made for a great atmosphere this morning with some great chants of defence and go Rebs, and it's absolutely fantastic to see. So great to see basketball up and about down here in Hobart. And of course, while we have the Southern Conference Finals, we have the TJBL Northern Conference Finals on today up in Ulverston as well too. They're being contested up there before we roll into State Championship month, as I like to call it. A good 4 or 5 weekend stretch of state championships happening around the state. I think the under-12s in Devonport, and then the rest are all at Launceston at the Elfin Sports Centre. Meanwhile, back at the game here, Murray with the ball carrying duties. Closely guarded by Anderson. Nice moves by Murray. Now pull back 3. That's good by Claire Murray. Nice shot there. And quickly up the floor here is Gray. Caught the blue team napping a little bit after a great individual play there by Claire Murray. And another 2 goes. So Murray splitting for a couple. Puts up the runner. Can't get back-to-back baskets. Nearly got her own rebound. So chopping off and running here. Gives it off to Broomhall. Broomhall puts up the 2 and gets it to go. So Murray getting into a spot of bobber there. Good work by Broomhall. Now Gray attacks the rim and gets the roll. Nice work there by Isabel Gray. As Beattie now brings it up, about to get near double team, able to get out of that nicely. Hepburn now going middle. He's got teammates in support with Probes. She puts up the 2 and knocks it down. So some end-to-end stuff here, which is great to see here. Broomhall slowing this one down. Now ball with Anderson. Now Gray as we... Now Holloway goes for the shot. Can't get a go. Good rebound by Gray. And that will count. As Gray was able to make continuation. Foul's been called on Probes. She'll go to the line for 1. Substitutions coming in. So Violet Bennett will come in. And Mia Anderson coming off to have a breather. So 3:56 remaining in this third quarter. Gray can't get it to go. Beattie with the rebound. And now Murray tiptoeing that light blue line here at the Kingborough Sports Centre. So Murray puts it to the floor, uses Probes. And then errant pass there, intercepted there by Gray, who's had a bit of an impact in these last few minutes. Broomhall now puts up the shot and gets the 2 to go. And margin out to 40 at this point in time. So Beattie bringing the ball down. Now Proves, oh sorry, that's Hepburn, sorry. Now Murray here, just wanting that on ball, and she'll go for 3 beyond. Area code range, Claire Murray on fire here at the Kingborough Sports Centre and putting on some sort of display with her shooting from beyond the arc and really keeping this game alive. So the ball getting moved around here by the red team. Now Broomhall down low, retreats out, shot clock at 8 here. He needs to get busy, a little bit stagnant now, chopping. Needs to put up a tough shot, can't get that to go. Play continues as the blue team have a clear possession, so they'll bring it down the other end here. So Murray thinking about that shot again, but changes up. Good runner, but they missed everything. And then good save, but now Gray able to pick up the scraps and can't get the layup. Broomhall there, good running to obviously pick up the O board there for the 2. And another turnover here, so another errant pass. Good read by Porter Chopping, who can't get the 2 to go. So Porter Chopping to the line for 2, as we mentioned before. Roa Ayrton played in yesterday's under-16 grand final, where Hobart Phoenix went down to the Southern Wolves in that one. And of course, her mum Michelle there on the bench as well too, as an assistant coach there for the team. Great to see she's involved, but Portia missing the other free throw. Now Broomhall puts it up, can't get that to go. Now Beattie, and Murray coming back down the floor here. So Coach Murray barking out the instructions as well too. So Murray kicks it out. Hepburn. there's a bit of toing and changing. He wasn't coming. He's called it a day, Gareth. So he's not jumping on commentary. So you're fine there. If you can put up with me here, then all good. Thank you very much. Meanwhile, back at the ball game here. Drive goes, and travel violation called there on Emma Holloway. Substitutions here, Chloe Broomhall coming off. Now Murray bringing the ball down the floor here. So Murray thinking about it, looking for a teammate. Decides to go for free throw, yes. And the shooting form has continued for Claire Murray in this second half, and they're doing a good job here. Just keeping that margin not to blow out too much. Now the shot goes up there from looked like Gray there, or was Holloway, one of them. But anyway, Murray with the ball here now. So Murray for 3, just short on that. And the ball will go out of bounds. .41 seconds left here. Yes, Chopping has the ball carrying duties here for the red team. And an errant pass there. So things are starting to become a little bit sloppy here in these last couple of minutes. Red team want to make sure they keep in good control of this game and not have those bad turnovers that we're seeing from them here at the moment. Murray finds that opening, splits for a couple. She drew a foul. She'll go to line for 2. So Claire Murray at the line. She's had a good game. As Nick mentioned, she's been getting some good looks, and she certainly has been definitely doing all the right things. There's been nothing bad about it. It's just some of those shots in that first half just haven't dropped at all. Where in the second half they are. And just in and out on that one. Rebound by Gray as we round out these last 20 or so seconds in this third quarter here. So Chopping with it. Yeah, shot clock is out of it, so game clock is what we're relying on. Chopping with the runner on the 3/4 time buzzer. She gets it to go, and the lead is out to 38. So 3/4 time here, 58 plays 20. Start of the final quarter here from the Kingborough Sports Centre under 16 girls grand final in the championship division. It's Southern Wolves blue, taking on Southern Wolves red. And margin out to 38 here. There's the ball last touched by Chopping. That looked pretty obvious to us from our vantage point up here. So blue team to restart. Shot clock, well, it's continuing on in the background. I'm not sure why, but anyway, we'll move right along. So Hepburn. Now Beattie puts up the shot. Good defensive play there by Holloway as Chopping comes down the floor here with it. So Chopping now back to Holloway. Now Gray with it. So Gray looking to attack, but can't. And she gets well pressured there by Beattie. Good defensive play, but red team will come up with the ball with possession. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. And Holloway to restart. Chopping. Shot clock at 8. Chopping needs to get busy. Now Bennett. Bennett works her way through. And nice patience there by the red team who were able to make that play happen. And good work by Daisy Bennett to get the 2. So we are now out to a 40-point lead. As Murray tries to make that 37. Nice shot by Claire Murray, who's individually had a really good shooting display in this second half. She's been knocking them down from downtown, and it's been a nice highlight to see. Chopping with the runner, yes. Portia Chopping working her way into this game as well too. So Murray, Beattie, in term here Ramsley. Murray goes inside, now ball coming back out where Hepburn is. So Murray decides to throw it up there, just short on that one. And Chopping has the rebound as we come down the floor here. So Chopping looking at her options. And good defensive pressure there by the blue team. So Murray off and running. Getting heavily pressured. And a foul on the play. So play to restart. And Aaron pass there, a little bit of rushing. Sees the ball go out of bounds for the blue team, so the red team to get it back. We come down the floor once again. So Chopping, thinking about her options here. She needs some help, and then that's an errant pass, and just a bad one in error there by Chopping, and says the blue team to get it back. So Murray bringing it down the floor here. Murray again putting on some nice moves, nice kick out. Good extra pass here. Hepburn works her way in. Little step back two is good for Jordan Hepburn, which delights the fans. So Chopping coming up the floor here. And then Chopping just lost it. And now Murray has got it. Anderson working hard. There's the bump and the foul. And she'll go to line for one. That's pretty automatic with that one. And Claire Murray will go back to the line. She's definitely done everything in her power today to really just play well and do everything. As we say, we're giving her a lot of praise, but also her teammates have done well as well too in this game. And really, again, there's been no kind of give up here. There's still good effort, still good play on every play. Bennett saves it and then lost it. And the ball trickles out here to Broomhall. 5 left on the shot clock. They need to get busy. Chopping needs to put something up and does. Can't get that to go. Rebound by Hepburn. Now Murray with it. And then Murray, I don't know if Murray was trying to look for a foul there or that was just a accidental collision of bodies. And Murray putting on some moves. Now Hepburn looking for the backdoor play. Nearly read there by Chopping. And then in the end, Broomhall was able to pick it up and go. And then here's Anderson for the layup. So Murray. And getting heavily double teamed there. And then Betty lost it. Good work there by the red team, but then blue team able to recover. Now down to Probes. Puts it up, rejected by Chopping. And now Chopping up the floor to Anderson, who I don't think was ready for that pass. Just kind of bobbled in her hand and then went out of court. And timeout has been called. 5:54 remaining here in this last quarter. And margin is pretty well ballooned out there. 64-28 is our scoreline. Getting through the formalities. We'll have presentations after this as well too. So we'll keep the cameras rolling and we'll keep our effects mic on, and hopefully you can pick it up from what we're hearing. Just a big thanks to everyone at Basketball Tasmania for putting on grand final weekend. It's always a fun time around here. So thanks to Gareth and Charlotte who do a great job down here. And, of course, Nick as well, too, for jumping on special comments. And Mark, seeing that he's here, too. And I haven't really publicly thanked Mark for all his time that he's put involved in the last 7 or so years with BTAS. So, yeah, no, well done, and thank you for all your efforts and whatnot. He's given me the thumbs up, which is good. And I look forward to seeing you at Jack Jumpers games. Yes. Yes, absolutely, because he picked up that assistant coach role here with the Jack Jumpers, who are the new team in the National Basketball League. And tips off on November 18, just to give the NBL a quick plug as well too. So, and it was good to see some Jack Jumpers players in attendance. I think there might have been, I know there's more the coaching staff here yesterday. And of course, Scott Roth has been around as well too. But back to the ball game we go. And Hepburn to restart us off here. So, but a quick turnover though, and the ball going down low here into Broomhall. Now Chopping with it on this other side. Chopping for 3, and that missed everything. So, a ride smile from the coach there, Adrian Broomhall, who I don't think minded the shot, and I don't think Chopping didn't mean to airball it, by the way, too. So Murray brings it up the floor here. And then, yeah, good read by Chopping to deflect that one out of court. So Hepburn to restart. Now Murray put it to the floor here. Good pass, and then nice pocket pass into Proves for the two. Much better offensive phase there for the blue team. And now quickly up the floor here for the red team is Broomhall. Nice hands there by Hepburn. Now Chopping this time. Can she make up for it? Not on this occasion, but it hit back on. Good work by Beattie. Now Hepburn, and unfortunately that light blue line has caught another victim, as Nick Martin would say. So the red team to get it back here. Halfway through this last quarter, 5 minutes remaining. There's Chopping. Now Broomhall with that runner, can't get it to go. Rebound by Proves. And now Murray. So Murray coming down the floor here. So Murray working her way through. Nearly runs out of real estate. And ball does go out of bounds, and that will come back to the blue team. Of course, and ball quickly turn over. Good work there by Smith. Stops, props, and off glass gets the two. So Murray, once again, is working Broomhall like anything here, and then lost the handle, and Anderson has a clear layup in sight. And then, oh, a bit of a foul and a falcon at the same time there. So incidental play. It's going to be called on Anderson. And 5 personal fouls there for Mia Anderson. She's out of the game. Holloway is going to come back in, but Mia Anderson has had a very good game this afternoon here. So the ball with Beattie now. Here's Murray with it. So Murray just getting a bit stuck and needs help. Here's Hepburn. Hepburn really trying to attack here, and then, ooh, loses her footing there, just slipped a little bit. Murray for 3, that's way off. And then ball quickly up the floor here too now, and again, apologies there. And we are multitasking here, doing both camera and commentary work. We are a skeleton crew here today, so apologies for that. But Holloway now from the elbow, just can't get that to go. Broomhall with the O-board, and now puts it up and gets the two. So Murray and the other end. Ball goes out of play. Just on 3:07 remaining, because the next game here on our show called 1 is the Under-16 Shield Final. Now we won't be filming that one, unfortunately, as we will be taking a hard-earned break. That is for sure, but we do have another grand final on after this one, so a lot happening here. So Murray puts it to the floor, puts up the tough runner, can't get it to go. Rebound by Chopping. And Chopping up the floor here. And then Broomhall gets the two. Murray making a way through. Gets trapped there at half court. Play continues on. I think the red team wanted something. Referees weren't buying into it. Here's Broomhall. Now Smith for the two. This time, thank you. And James Murray will burn his final timeout with 2:14 remaining. 74 plays 30. And yes, this one definitely has been over since the end of the first quarter. But still, both teams have put, the blue team has still put in a very, very good effort. And again, have not give up. They've just continued to play hard, and the red team have just been the better team on the day here. So, as I say, been a big weekend of hoops. Trust you have enjoyed our coverage throughout the weekend, and yes, our thanks to Nick Martin for jumping in on special comments throughout. We had Abby here, one of my under-18 players, who helped me out with camera work yesterday, and great to see everyone in attendance here today as well too. We can see Daniel Sabel there having a bit of a chat with Nick Martin, who probably wanted to show off the plaque again from yesterday. Seeing these Glenorchy boys got up last night in the under-18 boys final, in that win by 13. As I said previously, we have the under-16 Shield final coming up for the girls as well too, but we will unfortunately not filming that one, as we'll be having a nice little break after a big weekend of hoops here at the Kingborough Sports Centre. So blue team coming out of their huddle now to play off this last 2 minutes and 14 seconds. And there's a substitution. Was there a substitution within the timeout? I think there was, and Chloe Broomhall forgot to realise that. So there you go. I'm sure that one we discussed on the dinner table with her dad later on tonight. Meanwhile, Beattie bring this one down the floor here. Now Murray. Murray goes for three, and that one completely missed, and yep, that one run out of room in the end. So chopping with the ball carrying duties, now off to Gray. Now someone's trying to look for a good set here as Bennett's down low. Now back to chopping for three. Yes. Again, nice ball movement, a good execution on the offensive end there for Team Red. And Murray, can she look for a response here? Proves now into Hepburn. Beattie now for the response. Just couldn't get that to go. Rebound there by Smith. And now quickly up the floor here. And chopping has it once again. Now Smith, and then good hands by Beattie. And Murray brings this one down. Just on 1 minute remaining here in the last quarter. There's Hepburn. Now Beattie on the curl cut. Can't get that to go either. Good look though. And Holloway nearly lost it. Now Smith in the chopping here. Down low into Bennett. Nice play here by Team Red. Good play there. So no relent here from the red team. Murray able to pick that one up. Goes all the way. Can't get that to go. And then, yes, she was out of court. So and this should pretty much round us out. Game clock and shot clock. Well, shot clock technically is out. But we'll play this one out anyway. And then ball there. Can the blue team get one more score here? Now what are they going to dribble this out? Murray decides to fire it, and why not? But that will do us a dominant display on show here today by the red team. Have seen them win this one by 49 points. In the end, it was the Southern Wolves red team 79, the Southern Wolves blue team 30, and we will now take you down to the presentations.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll get our presentations underway before we have the under-16 Shield final for the girls. So just on behalf of Basketball Tasmania and the TJBL Southern Conference, we thank you for your support and attendance here today. It was great to see a great turnout of people coming into the Kingborough Sports Centre here this afternoon, over 3 of course on Sunday. And we Just want to congratulate both teams, so both Southern Wolves teams will make their through to the grand final. And again, commiserations to Team Blue, but and our congratulations to Team Red. To present our medals for today, we have Gareth Allen from Basketball Tasmania, who's our General Manager of the South, here to present. Just want to thank our two referees, in Graham Castle and Beck Rumley. They did a fantastic job on the game, so well done to our referees. I'd now like to invite the head coach of Team Blue for the Southern Wolves, James Murray, to come on.
Look, I'd just like to thank all the officials, the score bench, the referees. I'd like to thank the parents for coming in each week. I expect all kids today to make sure when they get home to thank their parents for taking them to all the trainings and all the games. I'd like to thank the other team for a great season. Played really, really well. We weren't able to match it today. To our girls, been a bit of a theme for us. The scoreboard is not a reflection of how we play. Okay, we've done a lot this year. We've had lots of different challenges, all individual challenges, and it's your actions, your decision making, right, and how you treat other people is your true reflection of how you play this year. So well done. Thank you. Claire Murray. Jordan Hepburn, Peter Burris, Jessica Ransley, Sid Skelly, Maya Armstrong.
Present the team plaque, or unless Claire wants to come up and say a few words.
I just want to say thank you to the other team for coming out and having a good game, and thanks everyone for watching.
Well said, Claire, and accept the plaque there, so our runners up for the under-16 girls here, the Southern Wolves Blue team. Now I'd like to call up the head coach for the Southern Wolves Red team, in Adrian Broomhall.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, James, you and your team over here, I know it's been a really tough slog this year, and two really quality players, and they're not able to put the uniform on today, but full credit for sticking through, getting yourselves to this point, and really fair to say that you girls didn't give up one single bit today, so you should be really proud of yourselves. Just really quickly, I know there's a lot of people that do all the work to get basketball rosters, sporting rosters in general, out and about, and allow our kids basically to go play the sports that they love. So if you're someone that's had some involvement in helping get these rosters together, and whether you're an official or a volunteer or doing admin or whatever, thanks very much for your efforts as well. To our girls, before I get on to the players, we're really, really fortunate that we've got some great people involved in our Wolves team. So we've got Kylie, who's a great help for me as an assistant, and Michelle that does a lot of work with strength and conditioning for us as well. So really appreciate the support from you guys, and I know the girls do as well, and that's a massive reason why we're here today as well. So thank you. So obviously, we won't get caught up on margins and things like that, but these girls work really, really hard, and I know there's been a lot of people that have over the course of the season, have really tried to chip away at these girls, but you can't underestimate the amount of work that they put in. Yep, there's some naturally talented girls in that team, but they work bloody hard. We spend about 20 minutes of our basketball training each week doing actually basketball related stuff. The rest is all on strength and conditioning and getting balance and being able to move really effectively. And these girls have just taken that challenge on, and I think you can really see by the way they go about their game that that's really valuable. So congratulations, girls, for your efforts. Hello, Chloe. Portia. Jessie. Daisy. Mia. Violet. Emma. And Izzy. I'd like to call Michelle up as well, please, for your support with strength and conditioning. And Clive.
Mia, would you like to come and say a few words? Last time which coach?
I'd just like to thank the other Wolves team who played really well, and Adrian, Michelle, and the umpires, and Reg. And my mum.
Well said, Mia. Now, Mia, if you can come back and accept the championship plaque, that will pretty much conclude it. So our champions in the under-16 girls was the Southern Wolves red team. Well done, girls. That concludes our presentations in for the under-16 girls championship part of it. We now have the under-16 girls shield the final to contestants, so we can bring both teams down the court now for their warm-up. And both the Southern Wolves teams here need to go to the court for some photos for our social media.